Oh hi, didn't see you there because of the... My name is Maciek and recently I've run a VR sculpting workshop during Pictoplasma and I kept getting asked similar questions, so I thought it'd be cool to make this video about VR sculpting starter pack basically and talk about what kind of headset do you need, what apps are the best, and will it make you puke? I mean, VR sculpting is when you wave your controllers in the air, but the program is registering your moves and so you can make 3D stuff that way. It's more intuitive than traditional 3D modeling and allows for more organic, handmade look. Also, you look very sexy while doing it. Always. First of all, you're going to need a headset. I use Meta Quest 3. The downside is that it's Meta, but it's a very good value for money and all the important apps run on it. You can also get the 3S version if you have a smaller budget. Some apps require you to connect the headset to your PC. One way to do it is with a link cable, but it's pretty heavy and actually the only case when you don't look sexy during VR sculpting. The other is to use AirLink through Wi-Fi. It's the most comfortable option, but you can get some lags depending on your connection. So if you have a spare router that you can dedicate only for this, that would be ideal. Now that you're all set up, let's see what apps you can use for VR sculpting. I'm gonna focus on the best three, which are Medium, Substance Modeler, and ShapeLab. Medium by Adobe is probably the most popular one. It's easy, intuitive, and has the clay gun, which is super fun to use. It's also free. The downside is that it's abandoned, so it can basically stop working anytime you update your Meta app. And it actually did a couple of weeks ago, sending people into frenzy. But while it's working, it's pretty awesome. The reason behind Medium's abandonment is that Adobe bought it and used it to develop Substance Modeler. It's a more expanded program with cool additional symmetry and scaling features. It also has a desktop mode, so you can switch between VR and traditional workflow. You can get it through Adobe's subscription or buy the standalone version on Steam. Or you can just use the free beta if you log into your Creative Cloud account and switch to beta apps. You don't need the subscription for that. I'm not sure what the difference is between the beta and paid version because I'm a cheapskate. Also, this hasn't been updated in a while, so it may be a little abandoned as well. What is actively developed is ShapeLab, and I want to talk about its latest version, ShapeLab Max. It has great sculpting tools and a voxel brush, the clay gun, which isn't as good at mediums, but it gets the job done. PC VR version also has a desktop mode, but VR controls are so good I haven't even used it, to be honest. ShapeLab Max also has a standalone Meta Quest app that doesn't require a PC. All you need is the headset. That means you can sculpt on your couch or a mountain or bench. You can get ShapeLab Max as a one-time payment or subscription. No matter which app you choose for your creations, you'll still likely need to export them to a program like Blender to render your final scenes. And the topology of these objects is going to be pretty bad. Modeler and ShapeLab have some remeshing options, but Medium has none. So you can rely on Blender's built-in Remesher, which is or you can use the plugin called Quad Remesher, which works brilliantly. However, it is subscription-based. But you can also check out QRemeshify as a free alternative. People have different reactions to VR. Some get dizzy or sick. I usually get a mild headache after staying in VR for longer than an hour and a half. But the good news is you can work pretty fast in VR, so you don't need as much time as you would with traditional modeling. And that's how you get started with VR sculpting. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments and I'll try to answer them as best as I can. And remember to have a puke bag.